Guys, check out this classic 1978 Honda 50 Mini Trail, aka the Monkey Bike. These are highly collectible, super rare, because most of them were ridden into the ground by youngsters, and they were fairly affordable, inexpensive back in the day, so nobody realized they become collector's items, which they have today. This one here was a comprehensive 8-month frame-up restoration, 72 hours of shop labor plus parts. They invested quite a bit into this. We took it right down to the frame, went through everything on the bike. You can see it's got those new Honda Bridgestone, OEM Honda Bridgestone tires on there, and the whole thing's been completely rebuilt. Got an extensive work order I can go over with you in a second here. You can see the paint job on it's been redone, new seat cover. It's been gone through top to bottom, front to back. You have to live under a rock to not realize that these have become highly collectible items. There was a shop, no longer does it, but used to advertise on eBay. They do a frame-up restoration for $5 grand. They don't advertise that anymore because the cost of labor and parts has gone up quite a bit. Most shops charging north of $150 an hour these days, so unless you can do it yourself, it's hard to get one done affordably. But this one is done, full frame-off restoration, no expense spared. It's been totally gone through. At the high end of the Z50s is the Christmas special. Those are trading for well north of $10,000, all the completed auctions I've seen, and 2 of them sold new in the crate for $52,500 at the Mecum auction a couple years ago. Before that, a couple years earlier, a set had sold for $42,000. The mini trails, one just sold just like this on Bring a Trailer, maybe not quite as nice as this, recently for $78.50. These are going up in value, as are all of them, because, well, most of them were ridden into the ground by youngsters. This one has had the complete fuel intake and ignition system gone through, has a new spark plug, dressed and adjusted the ignition points, set the valve clearances, adjusted the cam chain, removed and rebuilt the clutch assembly, has a new OEM clutch center, a new OEM shift shaft, a new OEM shift return spring, new clutch springs, and replaced the clutch assembly, entire clutch assembly, and the clutch cover. Fresh Spectro 10W40 engine oil. The tank was removed, flushed, and inspected, and treated with the Vapor Rust, cleaned on the inside. And then the tank was lined with a new Caswell liner, a brand new Tahitian red professional paint job on the OEM original tank, new OEM replica fuel tank decals, beautiful paint job. The mini trail decals on the side are new and fresh. The side covers were repainted also to match, as were the forks in the headlight ears in the triple clamps. Fresh VP94 non-ethanol fuel. Rebuilt the fuel petcock, new fuel lines and clamps, disassembled, cleaned, and rebuilt the carburetor with a new OEM air filter housing assembly installed with a new unifoam air filter. Controls and chassis have been totally gone through, disassembled, cleaned, and inspected the throttle tube, lubricated the throttle slide, power lubed the throttle cable, power lubed the front brake cable, brand new OEM Honda hand grips, new handlebar light switch, new headlight shell, new headlight bulb, the lights do work, removed and disassembled the front fork, cleaned and greased the steering head bearings, reassembled the front end, and set the preload. The whole bike was completely dismantled down to the frame and engine, and everything was gone through, frame up, resto. The steering head bearings were cleaned and greased, reassembled the front end, and set the preload. New OEM front brake shoes, serviced the front brake backing plate and drum. New OEM rear brake shoes, serviced the rear brake backing plate and drum. Fresh new Bridgestone Honda OEM front tire and tube, new OEM rear tire and tube, with a new gold 420 final drive chain, which looks nice with the red, matches really nice with the red and gold. New OEM chain adjusters, as you can see, at the axle. And the bike was given a steam clean, hand wash, and polish. Every component, every cycle part on it was polished, painted, or waxed to perfection. Polished the engine cases, the exhaust, the wheels, the forks, and every piece of chrome on the bike. Has a brand new seat cover, new OEM side panel and grommets, new rear fender, and new chrome rear fender and grommets, new rear fender, grommets, new taillight bracket, and a new taillight assembly. This jewel runs, looks, rides, and sounds like brand new, ready for a lifetime of enjoyable riding. Great opportunity to own a classic Z50 in virtually perfect condition. Honda's legendary 50cc mini bike, 3-speed manual transmission with an automatic clutch. Many young riders started their motorcycling journeys on mini trails. It only weighs 128 pounds. You can put it in the back seat of your station wagon. It'll do 30 miles per hour top speed. Very capable, cult classic, ultra reliable 49cc Honda 4-stroke. They're absolutely bulletproof. Full-size motorcycle style suspension and brakes. Distinct look with a top quality finish. Easy to ride and maneuver. And great as a first bike with a low seat height. They had a long production run with the Z50. 1978 was the last year for the Z50 Mini Trail. One of the reasons it's highly collectible. The Z50's legacy continues with the CRF50, everyone's favorite little bike. Has fold-down handlebars and airtight fuel systems designed for transport. This is an awesome bike that looks and runs like brand new. That's the good news. The bad news is our work order, 72.5 hours labor at $150 an hour labor plus parts came to $11,996 plus tax was $12,757. That's why they don't advertise restoring these for $5,000 anymore, because it can't be done. So the work order of the bike didn't include the purchase price of the bike when we bought it. We bought it from a collector out of Florida a little over a year ago at Bike Week. I bought this from a collector coming back from Florida, a whole collection of bikes. And it was a few months before we got around to restoring it, but it was an eight-month journey from start to completion. Well, on and off working on it with 7 months, 72.5 hours labor over 8 months. That's just what was documented. Maybe there could be more, but that's it, man. It's ready for a new home. It looks perfectly at home here in the museum. Will look great in your living room or on the bumper of your station wagon on your way to the beach or on the way on vacation. They're spectacular classics, and they are going up in value. Most of them were ridden into the ground, and very few exist in restored condition compared to the amount they originally sold. They are highly collectible, so a lot of guys out there have these and have gone down their own journey to restore theirs to this condition. This one's done and ready to go, and it will be the reserve auction price will be substantially less than the work order that we have invested into it. So it's definitely an investment that'll outpace inflation, and you can look at it every day, unlike your 401k. This is something you can actually put your hands on. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We love restoring these beauties. It's so fun and gratifying seeing them in their final state of fresh out of the crate perfection. Thank you for watching, and as always, God bless the United States of America.